Здравствуйте, ребята. Меня зовут Dasha Kruptovich, and welcome to Russian 101. Now, as I told you, we were going to be starting some new things, and when I said new things, I meant new things. So, I'm going to have this series going on in which I'll be teaching you how to speak in Russian, starting from, of course, the Russian alphabet. Now, the Russian alphabet is also known as the Cyrillic alphabet because when it was created, it was by two brothers who came as missionaries to Russia to spread Christianity. But since the language was so diverse and different in each section of the country, at least that's what I've been told. I was told by my Russian teacher. The language was so different in each part of Russia, they had no set language for the entire country. So these two missionaries used their knowledge of the Greek alphabet and other sources to create an entire alphabet and practically the Russian language because of it. So before we start, I just want to say, if you guys do like this, please comment in the description below saying that you want more, what you want us to do, different things you want us to do, something you want me to go over, Russian history, any questions you might have. Say what songs you want us to sing, sorry, or something else. And then just show us that you support us because we could really use your likes and subscribes. So, okay. The Cyrillic alphabet has 33 letters. Some are silent, and they're practically very different than the English alphabet. So there are some similarities in some letters, but others can be quite confusing. Now, never mind that. Okay, so we're going to start with the letter A. Same in English, it's pronounced A. And there's not much to it. It's one of the few similar letters. Next is B. B looks like a lowercase b with a canopy over it. Now this is where it gets confusing. This is V. V is the uppercase V, but it makes the sound, but it doesn't make the same sound. G, De. I don't know where they came up with this one. Yeah, this is more normal than not, but I wouldn't say that it's completely like the English alphabet since we pronounce it more of eh than yeah. Yo, it looks very similar to yeah, but these two dots make all the difference. With the stress marks and these indicators on top of some of the letters can change the sound or change the letter completely. Je, like Z-H-E, je. This letter is used often and can be quite confusing, but after a while you start getting used to it. Z or Z, just like the last letter in our alphabet. Now this backwards N, this is E, like two lowercase e's to make the E sound in like B or C or tree. That's what this makes a sound. That's what this sounds like. Now this is E kratkoye. E kratkoye changes the sound of other vowels that it is next to it. So a, ye, yo, e, u, and u, I believe. It all changes the pronunciation of the word. Like in the word for museum, it's pronounced musée. And it goes M, U, Z, Ye, Ikratkoye. Instead of Ye, it's now Yay. So it changes the difference in how the vowels sound. This, same as our K, it's just a K. This three-sided box with the loop is L, not to be confused with the letter P in Russian, as you'll see very soon. Just remember, L has the loop. M, N. Don't forget, this is not H, this is N. N is used in many of the words, and unless you pay close attention once you first start off, you will get this confused and it will make learning the Russian language so much harder. O, now this is P. It's like our English P, but it doesn't look the same. Okay, so it's just, you practically make a box, just don't add the bottom side. That's all it is. Now our English P is the Russian R, pronounced air. And try as much as you can to roll your tongue, roll your throat when you pronounce the R's and the H, since Russian is usually, if you could tell in the movies, they really roll their letters and slur them. The C, in Russian, it's now an S. Te. Now the Y. Y's are a little bit different. Put next to an ikratkoye, it usually sounds like more of an I, but when all alone like this, it's pronounced oo, like two O's and an H, or just O-O. This infinity sign with the swirly is F. F can get very confusing, especially once we start rushing cursive soon. Now this is H, pronounced ha. Now This letter, you always have to roll your throat and pronounce it "h," almost like you're kind of hacking. This is almost an upside down P with a little hook at the end. This is pronounced "s," like at the end of pants, the "ts" part. What looks like a 4 is actually ch. Now this letter is pretty easily remembered until you get to Russian cursive. Then it gets much harder because it looks like the English R in lowercase, but when it's capitalized, it still looks like a ch. So this is sh. Sh is used shoe, show, that sound, the just sh. Now this, not to be confused with sh, is sh or sha. The difference is the hook. Without it, it's sh, but with it, it's sh or sha. This letter is Dvory's knock. I was told that my teacher has not found any word yet that has started with this or the next 2 letters we're going to be going over. So you probably only will need this version and not a larger version of it, because if it is used, it is not used very often. And if it's at the beginning of the word, unless it's the first word in the sentence, you will not need to capitalize the word. This is E, or oi. It almost sounds like you're getting punched in the stomach, kind of. Oi, or how you would in boy or toy. Oi. It's just another sound that they don't really just have certain letters for. It's actually a letter. Now this is Minyaki's knock. And like Tavory's knock, as I forgot to tell you, these are 2 silent letters. They will not make any sound, but they will change the stress and the pronunciation of the word. Minyaki's knock is just a lowercase b, so don't worry about it. Now this curved off e is actually e. So like our normal e, it just looks a little bit different. Now this one. This is U, like Y-O-U, or just the letter U. My opinion, it looks like a fish. And this last one is Ya. It looks like a backwards R, but this is on many of the words, and it's a very important letter. On Ya are very, very important. Because as we get into it, some words that we'll be going over will end in ah or ya, or yeah or yo, or o, or e, or ikratkoye, or any consonant letter. And it's just important that you can tell which is which and be able to read it. Because once we start getting into forming and building sentences, this alphabet is crucial. Because once you start building sentences, like how to say in Russia, instead of in Russia, it gets changed to, well, the Russia. Well, instead of Russia, at least that's what I was told it was pronounced, but no one else says that. It would be the Rusi for in Russia. And that's in many places. In the hospital, in the bookstore, in the department store, in the market, in the town square. Wherever you say, it would be one of the letters. It's actually a word, the or na. And you would just take that and then change the word after it to work along with it. And we'll be getting more into that later. But I just want to stress the importance of the Russian alphabet. A, yeah, Z, K, L, M, N, O, K, R, S, T, F, E, U. They're all practically English letters, just with a different meaning and letter in their place for most of them. Once we meet again, we'll quickly go through these much faster than we did today, and then I'll start in teaching you how to make words out of these, mainly cognates, which means words that sound in Russian the same like they would in English. Like restaurant is the Russian word for restaurant. So if you guys liked it, make sure to leave a like, comment in the description below what you want us to do, and subscribe. And check out in the description below the Quizlet page. I will be attaching to it if anyone wants to go and see and try to memorize and learn the letters for yourself without having to go through this video multiple times. So bye!